The Falcons open up their preseason in Miami against the Dolphins. So we're going to run through the latest injury news. Plus, I've got 5 players to keep an eye on during week 1 of the preseason. But first up, let's get to the latest injury news. The biggest name on the injury report right now, I would say, is Calais Campbell, the defensive end that Atlanta signed this offseason. He was on the non-football injury list to start camp. He was activated a few days ago. He participated in individual drills during the joint practice with the Dolphins, but he did not participate in the 11-on-11 drills. Arthur Smith and Calais Campbell said they have a good plan in place to get him ready for week 1, but I would not hold your breath on Calais Campbell playing in the first preseason game. Clark Phillips, the rookie cornerback who was carted off in the first day of the joint practice, he is quote-unquote good. But I don't know if we're going to see him by Friday for that preseason game, along with cornerback Jeff Okudah, who suffered a serious ankle injury and is likely out for the rest of the preseason. But other than that, Atlanta's pretty healthy going into their first preseason game. So with that being said, let's get into it. My players to keep an eye on. And I'm going to go with quarterback Desmond Ridder. Maybe by the time you're watching this, Atlanta has already announced that Ridder will not play in the preseason game. Arthur Smith had not made an official announcement, but if he does play, of course, all eyes are going to be on number 9 as he gets set to start his first NFL season. And preseason is just that. It's preseason. It's a time to have some growing pains and work through some of the cobwebs and whatnot. If Ridder does end up playing, my guess is he'll get at max a quarter. You're going to see a lot of Logan Woodside, the third-string quarterback. My prediction is if Ridder plays, he gets maybe 2 to 3 series, which those could be 2 3-and-outs, and his day is done after 6 plays. Or maybe the first series is a long 10-plus play touchdown drive, and Arthur Smith said, I've seen enough. No need to put him out in harm's way. But you'll see a good dosage of Taylor Heineke, the backup, and then, like I said, Logan Woodside, the third stringer, probably plays the entire second half, and Heineke gets whatever leftovers Ridder gives him in the first half. But when it comes to starters playing in the preseason, do you guys think they should play or sit? Yes or no? I feel like there's been a recent push where starters are now playing more in the preseason than we have seen in the last couple of years, and I don't think it's a bad idea. Like, sure, injuries suck, but if an injury happens when a guy's out there for 8 to 10 plays, that's not bad management. That's just bad luck, in my opinion. So I think there are definitely some players on each roster that are just so proven that you don't need to see them in the preseason, and you know they will be ready to go week 1 of the regular season. Desmond Ridder, he's not in that tier. Moving on to the second guy I'm going to watch for, and that is rookie running back Bijan Robinson. I mean, why are we not going to watch Bijan? It's the Bijan Robinson show. So Atlanta's first depth chart came out, and to my surprise, Bijan was RB3, and that's going to change by the time week 1 rolls around. Don't look at that and go, Bijan, is he having a rough camp so far? No, could not be further from the truth. This is just standard practice league-wide, essentially. No rookie goes into their first preseason game with the coach telling them, you're already the starter. They definitely want to put some, empty belly syndrome where Bijan's got to go out and earn it over the next few preseason games, and Bijan will earn it. Now, I don't know how much we're going to see of Bijan Robinson. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't play him at all because they know that Bijan Robinson is going to be this team's bell cow back. But I'd like to see Bijan get some touches before the regular season because there is some acclimation that has to be had going from college to the pros. And I don't want Bijan's first hit to be in week 1 against the Carolina Panthers and Brian Burns meets him in the backfield for a nice welcome to the league moment. No, let's let that happen against some team's backup defensive end against the Dolphins in the first week of the preseason. And Bijan then goes, all right, I'm not playing Iowa State's, Iowa State would probably bet against Texas or bet against themselves playing Texas. But you get the gist. Let's let Bijan get a good dosage of the NFL in the preseason. Third guy I'm going to watch for, we're going to keep it on the offensive side. Another rookie, Matthew Bergeron, the offensive lineman that Terry Fontenot moved up for in day 2 of the NFL draft to secure. And right now he is this team's starting left guard, your usual starting left guard. At least that was the plan. Matt Hennessy. He has been dealing with an injury. He was not available during the joint practice. So Hennessy, another player on the injury report, unlikely to play in this first preseason game. which means the rookie, Matthew Bergeron, he will have an opportunity to play, and I'm very excited to see what he can do because Hennessy, he's not really the, Sharpied-in starter. He was the penciled-in starter, but another spot where they didn't want to just hand the job over to the rookie. So if Bergeron looks good in the preseason, unfortunately for Hennessy, when he gets healthy, he might not have a starting job waiting for him anymore. Now, before we get to the rest of the players to keep an eye on, I just want to give a quick shout-out and honestly thank you to all of our subscribers. We crossed 13,000 subs, which means we get to do a Week 2 preseason watch party. But I just wanted to highlight some of our recent subscribers. Malik Hicks, Jaworski Harper, Isaiah Corley. Thank you all so much for subscribing. There are so many more. I mean, there are 12,997 plus more who subscribe. But I just wanted to pick on a couple of the recent ones. And hey, if you want to get a shout out, subscribe. And when we reach 14,000 subscribers, you could be the one on screen. Fourth guy I am watching for from Miami Gardens, linebacker Troy Andersen, as the Montana State product enters his second year with Atlanta. His first season was a rookie season. There were some good moments, there were some not so good moments. But Troy Andersen so far throughout training camp has kind of been the stud of the defense a little bit. Like, a lot of guys have been making some really good plays, and this defense will be a lot better than last year. But this team might not go as Troy Andersen goes, but their highs might be as high as Troy Andersen can take them. He's already one of the starting linebackers, replacing Michael Walker, and then Caden Ellis joins him as well alongside Bud Dupree. And then Arnold Ebiketie, by the way, was the preseason Week 1 starter on the depth chart ahead of Lorenzo Carter, which kind of caught me by surprise, but that could easily change by the time Week 1 of the regular season gets here. If I had to pick a sleeper, though, for this upcoming season, give me Troy Andersen. Give me that. That sounds weird. Troy Andersen football neck. That was almost, oh boy, we almost went to Pornhub.com right there. But okay, I'm just going to stop right there. Troy Andersen's a great football player. Let's keep the show moving. Oh boy, okay. I'm going to have a meeting with my boss about that one. He's going to lead the team in tackles. He's going to do a lot of great things. No more sexual innuendos in this video. Who's your sleeper for 2023? Not who you're sleeping with, but who's your sleeper for 2023? Let me know down in the comment section below. I can never meet Troy Andersen now. It'll be way too awkward. Moving on. Let's just kind of get this video over with at this point now. Richie Grant. Richie, what's going on with Richie? Richie, the starting safety alongside Jesse Bates. Former second-round pick. Had a kind of a puzzling start, we'll say, to his NFL career. Not to any fault of his own, but just a lot of pressure from Falcons fans being that day 2 selection. But he joins Jesse Bates in the secondary, and you can see that Grant made a huge jump from his rookie season to his sophomore year, where he had that quote-unquote breakout season, right? Maybe the most telling number on screen is the snaps. I mean, the guy was playing, probably 25% of the snaps he played his second year, that first season of 2021, but he explodes the next season for 123 tackles, 2 picks, 7 pass breakups. His PFF grade jumped 5, 6, 7 points. So Richie Grant has just been balling out so far throughout camp, and I think we all know who Richie Grant, I think we're getting a better idea as to who Richie Grant is as a player, and I want to see him build off a very successful second year. Some honorable mentions now I want to include Mack Hollins. The guy's got it out for me. After I spent all offseason campaigning to add another wide receiver, he showed up to camp as probably the most jacked player in the history of the NFL. He walks barefoot, I think, to Flowery Branch every single day. So I want more Mack Hollins highlights in my life. Arnold Ebiketie, what can the second-year guy out of Penn State do? Very excited to see what kind of role he has, as he's been listed as one of the starters on defense in the first depth chart. Can he hold on to that job? And then what about Dee Alford, right? The current starting nickel corner with Clark Phillips down and with Jeff Okudah down. There's going to be a bit more pressure on Dee Alford to step up and play a larger role in the secondary opposite A.J. Terrell until Atlanta gets healthy in the secondary. To wrap up the show, let me know, who will you be watching for? Drop a name down in the comments section below. Maybe I'm forgetting someone. Maybe you've got someone you're watching for that's not as sexual as I had. That was bad. That was just brutal altogether. All right, We'll get you guys on out of here. Unfortunately, no draft today. We're kind of got a skeleton crew going at Chat Sports, and truth be told, I wasn't even supposed to be on the schedule for today, but I don't want to leave you guys without a video, so producer Patrick Seaman offered to step in and film for 10 or so minutes, so I want to get him back to his job. But subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you guys later.